Hey everyone, welcome to the Monday Minute Team Building Tip. Today we're talking about one key area that really helps you build and grow $1 million team, and that is building deep relationships with your team members. So I have a 5-part series that's coming up, and I'm going to share that with you today. So I'm Gail Bates, CEO of MyMentorBiz.com, where I help leaders grow $1 million teams. And we do that by working on systems, and then we work on strategies that help people grow their teams in the direct selling business. And today I'm starting this new series because it is so important. I'm finding it so important that team members are that leaders are getting discouraged when team members aren't responding. And there's a way for you to make that change around, because it's just having a specific setup or steps on how to do that. Because once you build those strong relationships with your team members, it's the magic. So much happens on your team, and your team grows. So we're going to talk about having a communication strategy today. Then next week we're going to talk about how to communicate with them daily. Then the next week we'll talk about how to communicate weekly, and the next week we'll talk about how to communicate monthly. Now it seems pretty simple, but there are specific ways to do this. And then lastly, I have a little bonus about some one-on-one coaching with you, which is really important. So building strong relationships with team members. I have a little story to start off with this. I built my $1 million team, and we were really hitting the high spots. And one day I had a knock at my front door. And I go to my front door, and right there is one of my team members who is in absolute crisis in her life. And, what is so meaningful about that is that she and I had built such a strong friendship, such a strong relationship, that she trusted me enough to be able to knock on my door to ask for help. And that's one of the key areas in building a strong team, is knowing your team members, building that friendship first, okay? Building the friendship first, because once you build the friendship, that's what inspires them to really build their business. So setting up that team strategy, that team communication strategy, is really knowing how you're going to communicate with them daily, how you're going to communicate with them weekly, how you're going to communicate with them monthly, and doing it consistently. So I hear from leaders who say, nobody's coming to my monthly team members. I hear from leaders who say, there's crickets in my Facebook group. I hear from leaders who say, I send out all these emails and nobody answers, okay? But so they're getting discouraged because they're doing some of this work and it's not happening. So the most important part, of course, is to build the friendship first, okay? So once you've built the friendships, you're communicating with them on this consistently with daily, weekly, and monthly, you're going to find that people will be inspired, that people will respond back, okay? But the system is, how do you do it? So daily, I suggest that you have this Facebook group, right? And where you're able to post daily in there to inspire them. Now, when I was in the field, we didn't have Facebook, but I did have a weekly phone message that my team members phoned in and listened to my message for the day. So every morning, I was sharing a message with my team. I was communicating with them daily, okay? Secondly is the weekly. Now, in my Leaders Club, my Leaders Calendar Club, we create a weekly newsletter that goes, a very short weekly newsletter, but it's a communication that goes out every week via email. So Facebook one day, on each day, the email goes out weekly, and sometimes they miss the Facebook post, or maybe they don't get it. And of course, it's making it inspiring enough for them to open. And then monthly is all about that team meeting where you're actually building the relationship face-to-face with somebody, okay? And now I know sometimes we do a lot on Zoom, but at least it is face-to-face. I use Marco Polo a lot with my coaching clients, and that's, again, communicating face-to-face. So the communication has to be set up so that they know what to expect from you. So they can expect that you're going to be posting something inspiring daily in the Facebook group. They can expect that Ezine is going to come to them every Monday and sharing with them some great tips. And they can expect that when they go to the monthly team meeting, they're going to get lots of help and support from you. But again, it all goes back to you building that friendship with them first. So building that friendship with them first is really getting to know them and really building deeper into getting to know them. And every member of your team, now maybe you have a huge, large team, but it takes time to build those relationships, as you know. But it is important that you build those friendships, because when you build those friendships, you build those strong relationships enough that people know that you are there to support them. They know that they can come knock on your door because you're going to be there to support them. Okay, so that's my first tip for the week. Next week, we're going to be talking a lot about how to communicate daily and what you want to inspire them with daily in your Facebook group. And then we'll move on to weekly and monthly and a bonus tip on one-on-one coaching with your team members. Have a great day, everyone. Oh, my question. I always have to leave a question for you. And I forgot to leave that question. So my question for you today is, how often do you communicate with your team? Okay. So it's about how consistent you are in communicating with your team. I want you to be honest with me. Is it daily? Is it weekly? Is it monthly? Is it all of that? Or are you finding that it's just been staggering? 1 week it's once a week, 1 week it's once a day. Let me know, okay? Because that's one of the keys to building those deep relationships with your team. Have a great day.